Welcome to the Metropolitan Institute of Interior Design. My name is Sandra, and I'm going to be introducing you to the president of the school, Mr. Anthony Michelli. He'll be giving you a complete overview of what it's like to be a student with a future in interior design. Mr. Michelli, can you begin by telling us a little bit about the history of MID?
Certainly. MID, Metropolitan Institute of Design, was founded in the year 1977. It's been in existence for 43 years now. It's graduated over 500 interior design diploma program students, and it currently has two major programs. One program is the Practical Aspects of Interior Design, which is a 5-part diploma program. It also has a 16-part advanced interior design degree program, which accesses the students to the NCIDQ exam, which is a national exam and a highly rated organization. Our students intern with some of the best and most successful interior designers on Long Island. We also have a educational relationship and an approval with the American Society of Interior Designers. Alumni are successful throughout the country. Recently, a graduate from the class of 2003, Elena Capra, started a HGTV inspired show in Miami, Florida. Our students over the past 10 years have done 6 show houses along the Gold Coast mansions of Long Island, as well as contributed to the Ronald McDonald redesign at the LIJ Hospital, Lake Success, New York. And now I'd like to take you on a tour of our fabric library.
Mr. Michelli, I see all these fabrics of all different colors. Can you tell us about this fabric library?
This is one of our fabric library rooms. This is actually a working design fabric studio for designers to come in and actually work the fabrics and work their projects. Our students have the availability to use any of these fabrics for any of the projects, which I'm going to be showing you a little bit later. But I often think about how many choices these students have. When they have so many choices, how do you make that decision to pick something as lovely as what we're seeing here on all these things? So I'm just going to pick something out off the rack. Blue is a very strong color, a very recently popular color. The navies, the grayish blues. So we have so many beautiful colors. How do we choose as designers? So a true designer will have confidence in order to choose what fabrics they're looking for, what textures they're looking for, what grade they're looking for. Skill in the classroom is one aspect. The classroom itself will produce a skill level, but your confidence grows by being and understanding how the industry operates. So when we have so many choices, we need to have a confidence level. That confidence level is actually by working true projects in the industry. These are recent fabrics that have come in. As you can see, the colors are very strong, very pronounced. These are interior as well as exterior grade fabrics for those designers that do those homes in the Hamptons or Lloyd Harbor, Huntington Bay, the South Shore of the island, the beach effect, coastal look. Wonderful, beautiful fabrics, constantly being updated. We also have true, unique interior and exterior colors and designs here. Over here we have the zoomorphics, the animal prints. So in this room we have every conceivable type of furnishing and fabric and texture that you could ever imagine for your project. Fabrics could be used for furnishings, for pillows. They can also be used for window treatments, for that finished look. And when you see a window treatment, it is usually the first thing that you will see in the room, second focal point of a room. The shears that go with it, the shears that go behind it, every conceivable type of fabric that you could want. Beautiful, beautiful textures and colors. And again, every one of these is available for your projects. What you will need, you'll see as we go into the project room. We have one more fabric library room to go into. Designers always work with fabric books. So if you take any book off when you work in your project, you could see that this will give your client a choice of possible colors if you're working towards a turquoise or into the greens, which are very popular today. And they're accessible to go out and show your clients. So these are also available to the students for any of their projects. On our tour today is going to be projects that are done for the interior design program, Practical Aspects. Part 1, 2, and 3 are going to be shown here. In Practical Aspects Part 1, you're going to do 3 projects that will culminate in the presentation. Our first project is understanding and showing the 6 principles and 6 elements of design. You're going to create a board and explain why you chose this particular picture to signify for the definition of the principle. So in this case, we see harmony, and we see that this student chose this room with certain colors and floral patterns that kind of gives a harmonious feeling in the design. Another project that is done in Part 1, Practical Aspects of Interior Design, is color harmony, or color concept. What is done in this for this project is you're given a work of art by the instructor. That instructor will tell you to design a room around this painting, which is going to be given to you from a fictitious client. That client is going to ask you to create a room, and the focal point is going to be the painting. What you do in this color concept, color harmony project is you just create the colors for the room. There is no furnishings that come into play, but what we want to see is the color itself that is the striking and the essence of the room. In this particular case, we have a very famous blue painting here, and what is done is that this particular student has created an ottoman, pillows. She has throws on the sofa. What we have is the wood tones that are brought in, the area rug carpeting, a window treatment, the color of the walls, as well as any kind of accessory trims and tiles. Another color project right here, again, the work of art, and what we want the student to do in this for this project is to create a color statement to make your client just see how you're going about the development of the project. So we see some very nice cushions here for the chairs, again, the pillows, the fabric for the sofa. We have a window treatment here. We have a wall covering, carpeting, and accessories as well. Color harmony, another one here, a very famous painting. You're given the painting, you are not given the choice of what painting you want to use. Again, the client is going to have that work of art for you, and they're going to tell you, give me a room and the type of room that they want. So most people choose like a living room. It could be a bedroom, it could be a library, it could be an office. Those are the usual choices for it. And again, we see many different aspects of the color, the textures, the fabrics, everything that you may want to put into the room and the focal point of the painting itself. Another color project here, similar in that this is a bedroom with an ottoman and chairing. We have some fabrics down here for the ottoman itself. Window treatment here, again, off of the painting itself. So this is the second project for the Practical Aspects of Interior Design Part 1. Our third project is your Historical Styles, Practical Aspects of Interior Design Part 1 project. What this student chose was a period called Mid-Century Modern, which is the 1950s and 1960s of the 20th century. It's an eatery. It's a fusion eatery where where the food is grown in the location. It's also cooked to 108 degrees at a maximum. So it's a fusion type of restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Basil, and the aspects of it are all here for you to see: the mid-century modern furniture and the period piece for every conceivable part of it, including the menus. So what the object of this exercise is to take a period, create an eatery, and then to have that shown and presented to your client. This particular project has been built, and it is a real entity that was built in Brooklyn. It exists today. This goes back just a few years ago. It's quite a strong project. You're going to design 6 spaces, 6 rooms in a residence. That's your Practical Aspects of Interior Design Part 2 class. That Part 2 class meets for 16 weeks, and there's one project. What you're going to do after you complete Practical Aspects of Interior Design Part 1 and you learn how to do your designs, now you have to learn how to build your designs. So what we have here is the building plans for this particular project. You're going to have an open space and develop 6 spaces or 6 rooms. You're going to have to build construction walls in it, as well as develop the space according to the client consultation that's going to take place early in this class. As we go through, you're going to be doing lighting, electrical switches, as well as trims and finishes, what kind of paint, what kind of finish of the paint, where it goes, where the location is, and the brand that you chose. Any kind of moldings are put on this, as well as any kind of flooring as well. And at the end of the 16 weeks, you're going to create boards like you did in Practical Aspects Part 1. And those boards are going to create and display your design as the designer of this 6-room residential space. Part 3 is commercial. Commercial is anything that is non-residential. Commercial is complex in that it has building codes that are different than the residence. They have ADA compliancy that's necessary. And today we have to consider the new reality of what designers have to look at and do for any kind of client today, in that you need to design in the event of future pandemics or separation of keeping the customers separated, so that the space still functions as an event or as something that is still an experience for the customer to walk through. So this particular project is a shoe store. It's called Made in Italy. This student designed the shoe salon in the kind of branding of Barney's. It's very rich. People that spend $1,000 for a pair of shoes still want to have that experience. What we have here is the gondolas and the window displays. What we have is the branding of the Italy, made in Italy. And we have the color concepts, which is the experience end of it. Our building plans that are drawn, your architectural design building plans. Here you're given the open space that goes through about 3,000 square feet, and you have to design this entire interior. To the dressing rooms, to the restrooms, to the offices for the client, as well as the cash wrap and gondolas to show the product, as well as the windows. So let's go through some of the drawings here. This is an overhead ceiling lighting plan. This is your trims as well as electrical. Displacement of all the finishes for the rooms. Again, we have the furniture that's going into this location right here. There's not a lot of furniture that goes in, but there is a lot of custom built millwork. You do a small perspective drawing for the client to see an idea, and then your millwork pieces. So practical aspects 3 is commercial. Practical aspects 2 is residential. Practical aspects number 1 is historical styles, color harmony, color theory, principles and elements, and there's one factor that's not here, and that's the human condition. We go over the human condition, the human factor, briefly in this class, which will be taken up more in part 2 when we talk about space planning for the human condition. One thing I do want to add, as we just went through a period where we were quarantined, a number of people are going to want and need a home office. So we need to plan to do that for them, as well as to build a scenario that isn't just a desk, that isn't just a functioning piece of furniture, but something that is a statement about the individual. Because as we all saw when we were on Zoom, or we watched people on Zoom, we understood that they need to have not just themselves shown, but a little bit about their personality. And that's what designers do best. They understand the client, they understand where the client is coming from, they understand what they like, what they look forward to doing in life, what they share as far as family, what they want around them to make themselves function well, make themselves strive to greatness, and take them to the next level. That's practical aspects 1, 2, and 3 of our practical aspects interior design program.
Students arriving each day for class often take note of the postings on our information board. We share job listings from interior design companies seeking students and graduates to fill full-time and part-time positions, as well as internships. Current happenings, such as fundraising events like Mystery by Design and various ASID events, are excellent ways to network. The important skills acquired at the Institute often earn alumni valuable roles in show houses as well. We keep the Institute informed regarding our reputable seminars on the introduction to sustainable building and feng shui. These are also amazing opportunities for designers to add to their resumes. Much of what I just mentioned makes its way to Instagram, Facebook, and our website, but it all starts on this board.
Registration is a quick and easy 15-minute process. We ask for you to fill out a few forms with a refundable $100 deposit. Our enrollment agreement ensures that in case you need to withdraw from the program, you will receive a sliding scale refund. Take advantage of our interest-free payment plan, which provides you with equal installments to be paid throughout the semester.
We're now in our computer-aided library. We have 6 positions here to do our 3 softwares that we teach here. One is an AutoCAD, the second one is Revit, and the third one is SketchUp with SU Podium. Also in this room we have 1,000 volumes of interior design books for our students to borrow. libraries kept up to the current time, as well as a number of furniture books in the back, in the industry for the trade only, and a number of commercial manufacturers as well. The SketchUp class, a project that's being done. Actually, the animation part of this is being built right now in front of your eyes. The animation is taken, and the computer stores that information from the building of the model, and from the model you will get a rendering for this project. This happens to be a small kitchen, and it was actually a project. Now you see the finished rendering of this kitchen. There's an island with 4 drawers. The actual refrigerator is in the island. What you see on the upper left portion of this rendering is cabinetry for a food pantry. The seating to it, the flooring is the tile-like porcelain with the stone walls all the way encompassing this kitchen. So this was built from the animation, and at SU Podium you could create this project probably within 3 hours. In 2006, when I became president, I initiated an interior design award called the Bedoli, which is the best interior design of Long Island. Subsequent to that, last year's winners are over here, located in the Hall of Fame. We currently have 13 categories. The way the Bedoli submissions and judging works is that a designer will submit a project into a category. It's viewed by 3 design professionals from the industry. A unanimous choice has to be made for it to go to the second stage of judging. Last year, Lynn Rosenblum won for this kitchen. Joy Lee, this is the Best Conceptual Unique Design Award. This is a library in a home in Old Westbury, New York. Sitting room, done by Sunam Zubli and Jennifer Long. The sitting room is quite elegant with beautiful fabrics chosen. It is a strong statement of how simplicity makes your designs beautiful. Claudia Grunberger, the Best Bath Award from 2019. A commercial work done by Deborah Lampert. This is a student lounge at the Hebrew Academy in Great Neck. Winner in the category of living room was Teresa Scudero. This featured elegant fabrics and textures located in Nessequag, New York. The winner in the category of master bedroom is Jenny Tazakis. This is quite elegant and beautiful, and it is quite deserving of this Bedoli Award. The last category winner is Christine Conti for the dining room. This is a dining room that overlooks Northport Harbor, and it was built in Ashbrook, New York. These are the 8 winners from last year. Again, we have 13 categories for the awards that we will give in the year 2020. So this is a very exciting part of the Institute's contribution to the design world.
The Metropolitan Institute of Interior Design is widely regarded as the premier educational institute for interior design on Long Island. Whether you're an aspiring designer, a novice, or a professional working in the design field, the Metropolitan Institute tailors to the needs of interior designers at all stages of their professional development. We hope you enjoyed your tour. Come and see for yourself and schedule a visit at the Metropolitan Institute of Interior Design.